I'm on the Joe, most powerful element. Warrior mind conquer all mind. People, welcome to my videos like always. And yo what, everything good? Now ramp one shotgun again. People who watching my cameras around the world, down in Jamaica, Westmoreland, and the whole of Seaview, Jungle, Valley, and Portmore. Of course, America, England, Japan, and Africa, and everybody at China. Yo, wow, everything good? A rampant shotgun again. Now, this one, I'm talking about protection of the planet. And I am the one who blessed with the power to guard the planet. I control a robot guard of the planet. Understand? And a lot of species and other life form don't understand how can one human revive the underworld, that the water world puddle them, revive them because they pollute them, and they also fall them because there's a sun there. I'm going to fix it by command it, fish nation. And I also fix the floating city, and I also fix the cloud system. Now how that happened, you have to ask the aliens them and ask scientists how the hell I discover how to do that, because I discover it's only surprise them. Understand? Don't think all of the creators them is surprise them. But I doing this camera, it's about we need an escape road for the people from every planet. Because what happened now, some species and some human think is right to just destroy a planet to make them powerful. Understand? And some people do not understand that because they got the ABC 1, 2, 3 teaching of the earth. If you tell the people that the sun could fall, they wouldn't believe. At this time period, they start to believe because they're hearing the rattling from below and they're hearing the rattling up above. And they're hearing them below their home, and they're hearing them behind the back wall. And because of that, because it's the system of this land called pitting the land, which is caving the land. And if you look on the port line and check my receipts them, you will know what I have. And if you ask for us, show me the receipt of, German, and he will show you. And if you check the complaints them that I wrote, you understand? And you will understand why it's happening like that. I talked to the master. You understand? And if you check deep more, you realize that I wrote them more than 50 complaints. So this is why I may be controlling the planet. And somebody taking credit for it. And the person who taking credit for it, they control the bank system of the land, so I do not have money. If I try to put money there, somebody with another MasterCard will stop it. And if I try to fix my webbing, they will stop it because I'm not the only one does that. You understand? And the main thing of what I realized that the people them can easily die. You understand? What I'm doing, scientists don't understand it. Scientists trying to take it and mimic it within the public and do not understand the theories of sequence. You understand? The ones who tell me that life is a sequence and the planet is in sequence, I realize the planet is in sequence. But the people them could die anytime. You understand? Because I could put the probe on, but someone could take it off. You understand? I am looking for someone within the galaxy and the dimension to wake up to what I could do. Not to destroy the planet, but save the planet. They're polluting the planet and I save the planet. I register the planet, then but someone register the planet and take over the planet of the planet. So I do not have the stronger code to hold the planet. You understand? Because every time I do a evaluation, someone take control of the planet. The evaluation, because I need a probe to be stronger to guard the planet. But when I check, the people do not understand stuff like that. They didn't teach them in school. The police didn't teach that. The military didn't teach that. I discovered it on my own. Even when I talk to the master and gods himself, you understand, I realize, there's certain things that, God don't really know everything. When I know what God is, God come from everything. Understand? And God could pass on his power. And another God could pass on that power, and another God could pass on the power, but it all come back down. The people need an escape off the planet. You understand? The people, they need escape off the planet because of many species and many other life forms that we do not know about. You understand? And humans have to realize they are not the only life form. And humans have to realize you are not the only life form that ever created. And human, you have to understand you have methodology of Jesus Christ and Satan. You understand? There's some other things that way different from your teaching you got. and there's some other language we do not speak and we do not write. And there's some other way of writing letters and we do not write it that way or understand it to know it. You understand? But what you human need in every earth is an escape off the planet. Our government must find a way how to let the government system bring in a way to let the people them escape off the planet, where people could travel to other planets. Because other planets still exist, you understand? But they do not teach us that. But in our planet, which is Earth planet, which I conquer this planet by saving the sun, you understand? We need a better way to save the planet. And we need a better way to bring in a new way to deal with the planet, you understand? The way the scientists they have it is a bullcrap way. It's those guys that playing scientists is the one that flaunting the planet. You understand? Those guys who control the NASA and all those things, they are part of Land 4 planet. You understand? They know these things and they got the technology to look in the planet and send probe into the planet. Regular, I have to use the shotgun and defend the planet. This is why I tell them, if you're a species or are you some kind of foreign life form that we do not know about, you cannot come to Earth and fire a shot at the sun when I got the command to defend the sun. I don't want you to capture me. So if I hear a bomb at the sun and the technology of the land respond, I'm gonna have to wipe out your planet. I'm gonna have to send something to defend my planet. Understand? I am not a part of the government system. I'm just a regular guy who stand up for my rights. You species need to know that. Understand that? All I do is stand up for my rights and I talk to the master of them and this, I find my way controlling the planet. Understand? And I'm controlling the planet and what's happening, nothing I buy, I receive. Nothing I earn, I get. Understand it? And then some stupid human and some stupid species and taking credit for something that they do not do. And they're writing things that I do not do. You species and you aliens and all other life form, whatever you hear about me, you need to research it. Do not just believe. And you stupid human, the same thing. You need to actually go research what I can do and what I can do. You need to go read. If you do not understand a camera like this, you need to go read up on Deep Figure Entertainment. We could die any minute. Instead, we could become slave any minute. When the oppressor, they foreign land, what they do, they create laws for it. You human need to go check the space laws. You understand? Because one side of the creatures could just vanish all human. You understand? You do not have certain levels like them. You understand? Because some life form been around before human exists. You know, some life form been around before the earth created. Some of them earth, zillion, trillion, zillion, neons after neons, older than this earth, and then we are powerful. Understand? And you, government of this land, you can't train the police to steal from the people. Understand? You cannot be doing that. That is not way to do it. And you cannot train the police to taking away things that if something happened, the people can't escape. You got to train the police them to understand that there are zillion other life forms exist. You got to change it to the police system that we create laws, but there are some other species, there's some other earth below us. You got to teach them that this exists because police in this earth only walk from forward and past them, and they think they're powerful, and they're not powerful. You understand? Because there's something other things that are way beyond them. You understand? If you never create your flesh and your bone, and your eye, and your nose, and your understanding and letters and words, you government have to think twice. You understand? Everything you know about God is just bullshit. You understand? It's a whole different level of what God is. And this is what I discovered. But when I check, if something happened to our planet, we have no way to go. We go down to the underground bunker, we're back into slavery. You understand that? And if you are the people that understand what the underground bunker is, the underground bunker is when the planet falls, you know, you go live down there. You become like slave farm. You go out there and get some food. You go right there and do that. You don't do nothing but just sit down all day. And you're a slave all day. You understand? You get raped and hammered by dildo lesbians. You understand? And you people within the earth, you have to go check who actually control the planet. Because what you don't realize is lesbians and gay rule the universe. You have to realize that's what they do when the species can become human. And even down to the grasshopper can become a human because the grasshopper have technology that could talk. Every life force you see within this earth, goat, dog, they could talk. Crabs and all those things, they could talk. I see some of them myself, blood. And you wouldn't believe it if you have to see it. Understand? And in this area where I'm at in New York City, you know, they're slowing down things to control things. And in this area where I'm at, they shoot at me sometimes. But something that way powerful than humans stop the bullet. Understand? Then you have the underground trenches now where they are the one controlling the dome. But when we check what the dome is, the underground trenches is not human. And dome, you need to lay off the planet, man. I'm the guy who actually defend the planet. Understand? I'm the guy who discovered to protect myself. I'm the guy who discovered to protect my webbing. There's a man named Master that create life form, give me that power. Understand? And you say you don't want it down. No matter what you try, you will never take it on. And even after 100 zillion years, you stupid human and creatures never learn. You didn't create your life. You don't even know where you're from. You have a methodology where someone give you. You see those men who give you those things? Them are the ones that talk to me. And they don't want my webbing done. So don't come at the complex or come at my mansions or come at my homes and try to take it over. It's not going to work. And tell the white race in this planet, the computer of the land controlled by someone. White race, you didn't create yourself. You creatures didn't create yourself. You didn't create flesh and bone and eye and nose. You got to watch what you're doing. If they give me the master coding for the land, for you your days is over of owning income. And if they give me the money in my bank, you can never take it out because there's someone that created everything got a controller. I thought it was bullcrap. So tell controller in Everland, you need an escape for your creation. You either have to set up a facility like how they do bus and cars. You know, to bring that into galaxy. You want to set it up where if something happened on the planet get polluted, the people that could show up there and go inside it. Or you could set it inside their home. So if something happened, it could just open. You understand what I'm talking and take them to somewhere else. You understand? You gotta look at what is happening because you creating life form like myself. Or you the God over human. You create human flesh and bones and arms, right? But what you have to understand, there's other species that you didn't create it, and there's some other life form that you didn't create it, and they are against human. So you, the creator, have to figure out a way to bring in a way for the people to escape from planet. If they're polluted, if the land is bombed, and some kind of crazy things happening. Because it's a planet that have fires on them that can't be out. You got a planet that got freezing planet that can't be unfreeze. And you got a planet that destructed and polluted. And when I do my research on it, all of these, somebody's come there and put polluted and freezes and fire on it. Understand? This is what I realize. Understand? Any planet that you can't live on, if somebody did it, you just got to figure out how to cure it and figure out what is to remove it and how to reset it. Understand that? And all you underground domes who stealing what I have to out the sun, you're not going to out the sun. Understand? Stop trying to out the sun and try to start apart the sun, because every time you do it, the shotgun is going to attack you. And tell space, stop taking the shotgun guard off of the planet, because the planet need it. Don't come here to try falling. And tell the master and the creator, them who watches, you got to keep a watch on the probe of the shotgun. Just glance and ask. You know, because they are coming to this planet to take off the probes and offer it. And none of the master them that talk to me, they keep their word. None. Nothing I do in this land I rewarded for. Even what I earn, I do not reward it for it. I died many times in return, and I did it on my own. It wasn't them. You understand that? And I revived all. I revived the tree dimension, the rock dimension, the air dimension, the floating city dimension. And I revive many planets and create many planets because I control the bot. And sometimes some creatures come from other planets, invincible ships and invincible flying thing, and try to log in my body to remove it, but it can't remove so easy. So the man that create a human, you need to fix these things. You know what I'm saying? If you give me the bot of creation, you have to fix these things so they don't come here and destroy the planet. And you have to give me what's belong to me. Because when anyone did do duty for realms, they must be rewarded. But everybody rewarded already, and they didn't do nothing for the realms. All they did, people, were destroying the planet. Understand? And I use a simple way and create a way how. If you want to know what I really do, you species and you alien and you other life form, you control to see what human do every day. So you go check what I do. You understand? If you let someone who fought all the planets them and destroy all the universe fooling you a stupid life form. You understand that? And you just look on the Portland for all of my complaint that I wrote international law. They didn't international law, don't fix nothing. They just give me the control of the planet. That's how I fix it. If the government do not wake up, they have to go somewhere else. They have to go back to the maker. You understand that? This is how you're gonna go. Understand? And I do this camera to make you understand who is the really Jaman and who is tired fire and who control it, because you, creator, you know I have it. But someone in this land taking credit for it, and it's to kill out the human. Understand that? And every time I do something to save the human, someone come and do something else to kill the human. You understand that? This is what I realize that. You understand? And the stupid cops them in this land, and this just vanish them out of the land. They take too long to learn. And then every time something happen good, somebody make it bad. So all the masters and all the creators of human and all life form need to sit by a table at the galaxy and take away all of their powers. This is the time you do it, man, because I rise up in the land. It's everywhere now. You understand? The year was 2026 when I did this camp. I said people, I save the sun, the moon, and the stars and fix them every morning, or pollute planet, and I save the deeps and revive the zeeps, them the underground puddles, and did many other things, and not one of them gives me $1. I'm working my way up to payment. Understand that? Peace. Yo, wow, everything good. Ramp when shotgun again.